Amazed by Mark Gibson.
Thank you very much. If you're a magician, you will know these names. If you are not, allow me to introduce you. Many years ago, there was a duo act, also known as a second sight act. They were called the Piddingtons. The idea behind them, they were a husband and wife act, they were. The husband would look at a book randomly selected from the audience. He would look at a word, look at a serial number on a bill, for example, and his wife from across the room, from across the world, over the radio, would somehow be able to intuit what it is he was looking at. There was an unseen synchronicity between two people. Now, obviously, there's only one of me, so we will try to replicate this with you two. So, do remind us our name. I'm Mark. You are?
Indra.
Indra and?
Nadine.
Nadine. Pleasure to meet you, Indra and Nadine. In order to do so, I have brought along some implements in order to make this communication a little bit more visual, obviously for our friends at home. We will get to this in just a moment. This is going to be just there. And Nadine, if I could have you sit both feet flat on the floor, I'm going to place this into your lap. First and foremost, are you okay being blindfolded?
Sure. Just
for a few moments. There's an elastic cord around that binder. It's Velcro. Just rip it off for me and take a look at it. Make sure there's no wires running through it. There's no battery packs. It's just a bit of elastic I found at Joann's. Look okay to you?
Look good.
Beautiful. This is going to remove your sight for just a few moments. Well, the idea is when you take away one sense, the other senses tend to be a bit heightened. So let's have you face forward. I'm going to take away your sight.
Ooh, that is dark.
A little bit. Is that comfortable tension for you? Not too tight. Okay. Nadine, throughout this process, I'm going to add a few moments, actually. I'll be asking you some questions about your feelings. So throughout this process, I want you to silently take stock of everything that you feel. So everything that you feel, everything that you hear, everything that you smell. If that makes sense to you, nod your head. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Let it out or you'll suffocate. Continue resting. Okay. I just want to check. If you felt me touch you, raise your right hand. Good. On your fingers, show me how many taps you felt. And with your right hand, point to where you felt those taps. What about there? Okay. Just make sure this is coming through properly. If you felt me touch you, raise your hand. Good. On your fingers, how many taps you felt? Beautiful. And with your right hand, point to where you felt the touches. Right about there. Okay, I think you two are in proper synchronicity at this point. Let's take this a bit further. I brought along this magazine, Mysteries of Histories, this National Geographic. The idea is this is a lovely collection of pictures, words, numbers on every page, easy information. We're going to try and transmit a few of this over to Nadine. Okay? So first and foremost, could you tell me to stop at some point?
Stop.
Right here. Beautiful. I have a pen for you. Take that, uncap it, and point the nib straight up. Beautiful. I'm going to hold this face down. Without looking at the page, make a circle about the size of a quarter. Go right ahead. Perfect. I'll take the pen. Did you hit text or a picture?
Text.
You hit text. Take the magazine for us. Look inside the circle you just made and pick the biggest word you can find. Don't say it out loud, but just the biggest word you can find in that circle you just made. Can you find one? Can you remember it?
Yes.
Go ahead and close up the magazine. Feel free to set it behind you. That'll be fine. Nadine, I'm talking to you now. I'm going to take this pad of paper. You're about to demonstrate something for us called automatic writing. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
You're right-handed. Hold out your right hand. I'm going to give you a marker. The nib is by your pinky. Do be careful. And I'm going to give you this drawing pad in your left hand. Take your left. There you are. Right about there. Bring pen to paper. And this is just going to be a dry run. Hold tight. There you go. Pen to paper. And the idea is to let the pen move in whatever direction it so calls for. So go ahead and do that now. No, nice and slow, nice and slow. The idea is we're trying to distract her conscious mind throughout this. That way she doesn't know what she's doing. She obviously cannot see what she's doing. And when you feel you've come to the end, just lift up the pen. Fantastic. The idea is we end up with a bunch of scribbles. That's the idea behind this. Now let's do this for real. I'm going to give you this pad of paper again. Beautiful, right about there. Pen to paper. And nice and slow in your own time, allow that pen to move. Now. Beautiful, nice and slow, Nadine, nice and slow. Never losing contact with the page as well. You're always staying in contact. So it'll be a bunch of squiggly lines, kind of like a noodle. There you go. Nice and slow. All done? Okay. I'm going to put this face down in your lap. I'll take the pen so you don't accidentally mark yourself. You circled a word from a random page in a magazine, and you plucked a word out from that circle.
Yes.
For the first time for everyone in the room, what word are you merely focused on?
England.
England. Oh, like the country?
Yes.
England. Let's see how well you've done. I'm going to take this pad of paper from you. Okay. A lot of scribbles, that is. What is England?
Oh, it's what? What?
Upside down. E-N-G. I think these both deserve a massive round of applause. I will give to you your sight back. Thank you both. It's very kind of you. See that? It was not bad. Well done.